Founded in 1997 in Scotts Valley, California, Mark Randolph and Reed Hastings created the company Netflix. Netflix aimed to find a simpler solution for renting videos and first began as a mail order DVD service by delivering entertainment right to your door. In 2007, they expanded to internet video on demand, offering an innovative way of watching TV. From 2010 to 2014, Netflix reached international growth in Canada, South America, Europe, and beyond, which expanded their global presence and consumer base. Netflix became an instant success, and in April 2017, Netflix reached a huge milestone of 100 million subscribers worldwide and is now available in over 190 countries. With 50 million in the US alone, it has revolutionized the way people consume entertainment. According to Grant McCracken, a cultural anthropologist who worked with Netflix, TV viewers no longer zone out as a way to forget about their day, but instead tune in on their own schedule to a different world. Getting immersed in multiple episodes or even multiple seasons of a show, also known as binge watching, is a form of escapism that is very popular today.
Of course, you've changed the way we watch TV forever with binge watching, with releasing all the episodes in one fell swoop. I know you and Reed both compare it to a good book. Sometimes you read a couple of pages at night before you go to bed. Sometimes you stay up all night to read the book. So what made you all decide that we were going to release it all in one kit and caboodle, to sound very dated, and instead of kind of doing it week by week? And is there any, I'll ask you about the downside, but first tell me how you came up with that.
Well, I mean, it gets talked about as this monumental change in binge watch. The two things are, it was a super practical decision because nothing on Netflix prior to House of Cards was not available in its full season because we did everything after it already ran on television. So the license would kick in and we'd have all 13 or 26 episodes of the show, and that's how people started watching. So when we looked at the watching behavior on Netflix, some people watch 4 episodes at a time, some people watch 2, some people watch 7. Nobody watched 1. So that we ruled out 1 at a time. And so the question then we'd go back and forth, like let's do 4 episodes, then wait a month, and then do 4 more. And I said, look, we're not going to guess right. So let's just give it all, and then we'll see how it plays out. And then it was not meant to be the template. It was just meant to see, let's see how people watch it.
It's like the Lay's potato chip of TV, right?
Yeah.
You can't just watch one. Yeah.
Netflix aims to provide shows and movies that fit any person's preference. 89% of Netflix users are millennials, and in the US, families and children represent a significant percentage of Netflix's consumer base. Netflix believes that if they are able to win over viewers when they're young, they may be able to secure loyalty, which gains success in the long run. Children can start watching shows like Ask the Storybots, which is geared towards kids, and as they get older, they can become interested in more mature, complex shows like House of Cards or Breaking Bad, which are for consumers ranging from teens to adults. Netflix connects the dots of what consumers like by developing different consumer tastes and then building off of feedback from these consumers to produce and provide content accordingly.
So Netflix is making a tremendous investment in original programming. I mean, they smartly so are realizing that having exclusive content is the way forward for them, and has been for since their adoption and moving to streaming. That having something that you can only get on Netflix is key to driving new subscribers and then keeping the existing subscribers happy, and they call them members. They're spending $5 billion in content this year alone, another $1 billion in marketing that content. The majority of that is spent on originals and things that, again, that they can have exclusively.
However, in the Netherlands, Netflix is not so much seen as a family activity. Research done by Netflix shows that 25% of the Dutch Netflix consumers tend to binge watch their favorite movies and series by themselves, while others use the download function to watch Netflix during their commute to either work, school, or while on holiday. According to Telecom Paper, an independent market researcher and news agency, 3 million people in the Netherlands watch an average of 2 hours of Netflix a week through the Netflix app on their smartphone. The most popular series in the Netherlands in 2018 were 13 Reasons Why and Breaking Bad, both American productions. 30% of the Dutch users watch Netflix 5 to 8 hours a week, while 25% watches Netflix 9 to 12 hours a week. Globally, Netflix is trying to produce a broad range of content that appeals to kids and families. There is a lot of consumer success in the US, so growth will be fueled by international markets such as India, where there are opportunities to reach new consumers. Animation is critical to these ambitions, as these films and series can be dubbed into local languages and transcend geographic barriers. This genre allows Netflix to reach as many different global audiences as possible because animation is universal. A difference in the marketing strategies between the US and the Netherlands is the diverseness in the marketing platforms each country uses. The US utilizes a wide variety of platforms to market their shows and movies, such as email marketing, content marketing, billboards, and social media platforms. They also have a strong emphasis on promotional campaigns or trailers, which have proven to be a very strong marketing strategy. For instance, in the US, Netflix's 80s inflected teaser for Stranger Things Season 2 and Sunday's Super Bowl captured the most social media buzz out of 65 brands that advertised during the game, generating over 307,000 tweets on Twitter during the big game. The premiere of Stranger Things Season 2 ended up gaining more than 15 million viewers in just 3 days. On the other hand, the Netherlands puts more focus mainly through online, social media platforms, and email marketing to market their products and occasionally uses guerrilla marketing to promote new series. An example of a successful campaign in the Netherlands was the House of Cards campaign. In 2017, during the election campaign in the Netherlands, Netflix started a guerrilla campaign to promote the new season of the House of Cards series. Netflix placed 2 huge billboards by Blow Up Media in Rotterdam and Amsterdam covering a political poster board.
I'll do it.
There we go, Cam, go for it.
Alrighty. There is no growth or mentorship at Netflix.
You pulled it, so you started.
I do feel like there's a lot of reception to it, but it is an evolving conversation.
Traditionally, in the way growth and mentorship exists in the rest of the corporate world or just the business world, do we have that kind of growth and mentorship? Not, because we are not that company that believes in process, where people over process. We don't have a whole training team putting people through training every week. But that said, I think some of the training that I've gone through here, especially a couple leadership training programs, were the best in my 20-year career.
And I think that it's on you as the person who is looking for growth to be the leader in that.
Yeah, I think you hit it well, is that you are actually in control of that. There's not a set destiny for it. It's you have to seek that out. And I think not even just with a manager, but I think I've found even seeking it out from other peers or mentors within the company and asking them how to grow and getting feedback from them.
I also think of growth as kind of naturally part of the Netflix experience. Like, the more you're getting feedback, the more you're kind of self-aware of where you need to improve, which hopefully will empower you to do your best work.
To everyone's point, I feel like, growth comes in seeking out opportunities, seeking out counsel from other people, and finding those opportunities where you can get better or learn more and grow your own personal value and how much impact you have. And in terms of mentorship, I feel like, yes, you're given a certain manager, but it's also on you. If you're like, this person over here on an entirely different team gives me life, like, I want to make sure I have one-on-ones with her on like a monthly basis so I can get that mentorship.
And that works really well at Netflix. That's from day one. That surprised me how approachable everybody is, right?
Yeah, I agree. It's sort of like, for me, I don't think it's a formal thing, but I also think of it as a community of mentors. Like, I think any place else I've worked, it's been, oh, you need to look at people that are levels above you or your boss. But I think here it's sort of at any level. You could mentor people that are at levels below you, your same level, or you could, your boss can learn from you. And I think that's what makes us special.
We think Netflix is a great example of a forward-thinking company that keeps track of trends. Netflix is constantly thinking of new innovative ways to stay ahead of its competitors. This year, Netflix started recording the first original series in the Netherlands, which we think will further build upon satisfying the needs of the local Dutch consumer. By not only focusing on international original productions, but also producing new local content. In the future, Netflix plans on doubling its originals programs, expanding native languages, and unscripted content. Maybe they will even venture to live TV, covering everything from concerts to sports events.
Don't think shit, stink pink gators. My Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. That's dead right. If the head right, Biggie there.